I wouldn't say I don't look comfortable. I look comfortable, but it's too comfortable. And I would say I'm a risk taker. Sometimes I took the risk without thinking as well. But I just like to take the risk and see what could goes wrong and learn from it. So this is one of the experience that I took it and that I did it, even though I was so comfortable, even though I love my job so much. I think it's such a good sentence to say that I quit my previous job. It's not because I hate it, but because I love it too much and it's get too comfortable and I don't want to stop learning. So I have to step out of it and leave it behind and do something new. So if you want to do whatever you want to do, you just have to do it today. Just make sure that it doesn't affect people's feelings or if it's dangerous. For example, if you want to learn new language, just go and do it. Sometimes people always think, I will do this when I'm ready. But the thing about us human is there would never be time for us to be ready. And none of us would live forever. None of us would stay. Like tomorrow is not promised. So if whatever you want to do, you have to do it now. So my advice would be like, don't think you would live until tomorrow. So just do it today.
So if so, some sakum makan kamati Mon Parcours ថ្ងៃនេះយើងមានភាពកិត្តិយសដ៏ស្អាតគឺកញ្ញាសុវណ្ណបរមីហើយសង្ឃឹមថាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នានឹងចូលរួមតាមដានទស្សនាថាពួកយើងនឹងមានអ្វីប្លែកមកចែករំលែកជាមួយអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា Hello on. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Boromai and I work at an organization work under privileged kids and my role is an admin assistant. So I help with a lot of admin tasks and I am also the assistant of the team. So and I'm here to share my personal experience. So I am not a professional. I am not an expert, but I'm sharing what I have learned throughout my careers, and I hope it's helpful.
Yeah, that's good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the first question is, from your experience, why is bravery such an important skill for young adults and adults today, especially in social and professional setting?
I think being brave would opens a lot of doors. That's my first statement if I have to give. When you're being brave, it's like you're opening doors, so many doors for yourself that you don't even know there's that many doors exist. So it's like, for me, I think being brave in career setting or maybe in personal life, it has given me a lot of opportunities and chance to improve myself in terms of being a human being and also in my professional setting. For some time, we think maybe this thing is hard and we think we couldn't do it. We kind of overlook our own ability because we sometimes we feel insecure with our own ability or what we could have done or what we could do. So if you just maybe being very brave and you just take the risk, you just do it. So you just have to take that risk, like being brave and take that risk. And if it turns out good, then you learn something and you know, and you internally, you know you could do it. And it boosts your confidence so much because when you did something that you think you couldn't do, it's such a very confident booster. And if it fails, it's fine. You have many more chance to do it. Don't let it demotivate you because even though failure have a lessons for you to learn. So I think if I have to give just one statement, I would say bravery would open so many doors for you.
Nice. I think so. This is so cool that you can share such a very good idea and experience. Can you give us an example about your life?
So I think one example that I could give in my career is that before I used to be a full-time teacher, not teaching. And being a teacher is also one of the things that I took the risk to do it. Because when I was young, I hate being a teacher because when I was young, I see my teachers and they're very tired. They have to talk all the time. They have to teach someone else's kids. They have to be around someone else's kids all the time. And I've never wanted to be a teacher. But then when I was just like, well, how hard could it be? And I just seized the chance that I could do it, and I took the chance to do it because I want to know how bad it could be. And so I took the chance, and I love teaching so much. So I never stopped teaching until now. I'm still a teacher, even though not full time. So there's another experience that I also took the risk is that I changed my position from being a teacher to the admin assistant because I was thinking maybe I get too comfortable being a teacher. I love it so much. It gets so comfortable for me. I love my coworkers. They're very nice. They're very helpful. They're very supportive. But I do not want to be in my own little safe space all the time. I want to break that bubble and I want to get out of it. So I applied for another position, which I also took the risk. I don't even know if I would pass the interview, but I took the risk and I passed the interview. And then I was like, oh, so I am capable of being a teacher and now I am capable of being the admin assistant as well. So I opened another door for myself. And being an admin assistant, it opened so many more doors to me because I have handled projects that I've learned from a lot of people, and my role, I have to talk to so many people in a day, and I learn from a lot of people. So it's like there's more doors in my way. So I think when you took the risk, when you be brave and took the risk, it opens like endless door. It's giving me endless opportunities. So I think that's the experience that I took the risk and I seized the goods in it. And if I have the chance to take another risk, I would do it.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a risk for you to come here today?
Yeah. It's a risk for me. And I was like, I would take this risk. I would take this risk.
And now you give a good speech. And yeah.
Happy to be close to talk.
Okay, so come to the next question is, like many people blame their generation or personality type, introvert, extrovert, or any Gen, Gen Y, Gen Z, anything like that, for struggling socially. Why do you think growth matters more than labels?
Why growth is more important than put label on yourself? I mean, it's not wrong to label yourself, but I just think that labeling ourselves is like we're putting blind around ourselves. For example, if anyone have ever studied with me before, they know I don't like to talk to anyone. I always have my earphones in my ear. I don't like to talk to people, and it's actually ruined a lot of things for me because when I was young, I used to study Chinese, and I was an introvert. I was nonverbal. I don't really socialize with my classmates or my teachers, and I studied so hard, but I never get number 1 place. I always get number 2 place because I fail in socializing. And so I asked my teacher, I'm like, why couldn't I get number 1? I'm always silent. So I am always very polite and I've did my best. Why can I never get number 2? Why can I never get number 1? Like I always get number 2 no matter how hard I tried. And my teacher says, because you're not socializing. You never talk to me in like break time. Like there's a point that my teachers come and snag my phone and my earphone away during the break time because she wants me to socialize. And I was so mad because I'm like, why would you keep pushing me out of my shells? Like I told you I am an introvert. I don't want to socialize. Like stop bothering me. But when I growed up and I think I could not label myself because when I was young, I think I am an introvert because it was a very famous word before. But turned out I'm not an extrovert. I love to talk. I love to socialize. I love to go out. I love to do things. So if I keep telling myself I am an introvert, maybe I couldn't explore and see what is my truly self. Like some young people, they're really confused. And not to blame them, I was confused as well. Sometimes you don't have to label yourself. You have to just go out and do things and try things and see what you like. So it's like what I said, like when you label yourself, it's like you draw a circle inside of you. Like when I was young, I thought I'm an introvert. So I don't talk to people. I don't talk to my teachers. So I draw a line. That's why I never get number 1. So even though I work hard, I get higher score. I could not get number one. And I know she wants the best for me. Like now as a teacher, I know like when I see one introvert kids and they're nonverbal, we want to help them to be socialized because we know that being socialized with people would help the kid to live with the society. And if we label ourselves like Gen Z, Gen Y, millennial, baby boomers, maybe I am very young, I don't have to learn anything right now because I still have the time. Or maybe I am old now, I cannot learn anything. It would be embarrassed to sit with the young people and learn. So I don't think you have to label yourself this way in terms of growing, because I work with so many Gen Y and Gen Z and millennial. No matter what age they are, I never see them stop learning. I have this one colleague of mine, he's like in his 40s and 50s, but he keep learning. Like every time he has the opportunity to learn something, he would go out of his way and learn it. And it's very inspiring. And I think like he doesn't label himself as someone in his late 40s or 50s because he's young at heart and he's very wise because he keep learning. So I think you don't have to label yourself in terms of growing, and just learn whatever you want to learn, and it would be very easy.
Yeah, that's nice. And right now I really want to learn how to speak English fluently like you. Good. Okay, so thank you. And then I have a really important question to ask you. How does learning to communicate well help people adapt to new environments, challenges, or careers? Because based on your life experience, I heard that you have an experience with your Chinese teacher and he really want you to socialize, but you didn't want to because you extrovert, right? Introvert. I'm sorry. And then when you grow up, you realize that know how to socialize is really important. So that's why how does learning to communicate well help people adapt to the new experience, environment, anything?
I think when you communicate well, you would survive anywhere. For example, if you work in selling, like somewhere like you sell cars or house or apartments, you have to talk a lot with a lot of people. And sometimes when you want to sell things, you have to adapt to whoever you're talking to. Some people are passive aggressive. Some people are very aggressive. Some people they need us to be professional all the time. But some people they like to cut to the chase. They're like, okay, let's skip the formal pace and let's just tell me what I need to be done and what you need to do, so we can get things done faster. So we can get our work done faster. And so, for example, as a sellers, you have to always adapt. If you want the commission, you have to sell the things, right? So you have to adapt to, for example, if you talk to someone very aggressive, you have to adapt to how the person talk. And if you talk to someone very passive aggressive, you have to also adapt to how to talk to that person. And if you talk to someone who's very wise, very polite, you have to adapt yourself to be very polite as well, because you cannot use one communicating style to communicate with all the people. It's like one shoes could not fit everyone. You have to always adapt. So if you can do this, you can survive anywhere. You can do anything. You can talk to anyone, and it would help you in a lot of ways. You know, sometimes you never know. Maybe a small talk with someone at the cafe would open another opportunity or give you a chance. You never know. Sometimes there's a CEO at the cafe. You never know. So you know, like if you have the communication skills and you do it well, you can talk to anyone, you can talk to everyone, you can work everywhere, and maybe you can be anywhere, because like one Khmer slang is that like our mouth is away, we can get our way, or we can get things done with the way we talk. Sometimes sometimes people need us to be very sweet, very polite, very soft, and they would get things done, or they would do the task very quick and it will benefit us at the end of the day. It benefit both of us. Some people they like to be talked to very aggressive, very firm, and you just have to do that if you want to get things done. But at the same time, you have to also be aware of who you're talking to and their communication style. Like for example, when I was talking to you, in our previous workplace, you are very sweet, you're very kind, but you're also very firm. That's what I noticed. And then I'm like, okay, she's very firm, but she's also nice and kind. So if I need to do something for her, I need to ask the question that need to be asked, and I needed to get it done on the deadline that you gave me. But at the same time, you're very supportive, but that doesn't mean that I have to take it for granted and do a lousy job. I have to get things done perfectly. So, and there's also another person that I work with that I have to be very formal, very firm all the time. There's no small talk or anything, because that's just the way people are, and you just have to adapt. So if you can communicate and you did it well, you can survive anywhere, you can talk to anyone. I think it's a very good part of your personal growth and also professional growth.
Thank you for this. Okay, so can you share an example where stepping out of your comfort zone led to personal or professional growth?
I think an experience that I step out of my comfortable zone and it helped me grow in terms of personal and professional is probably when I quit being a full-time teacher and being applied for my recent role, because being a teacher is very comfortable for me. I get to see the kids every day and they compliment me a lot, and I like compliments. And I know compliments from kids are true and I love it. And so every day I go to class, I see the kids, they're smiling, they're playing, they're learning. And even though there's time, I feel very stressful as being a teacher, but everything is stressful. Like whatever you do, there will be good and bad part of it. But I really love being a teacher and I was very comfortable. It's like my own little space. I enjoy it so much. It's like to the point that I am happy to wake up and come to class and my office. But then it's one day I realized that I cannot do this. I feel like I do not learn anything anymore because I'm so comfortable in this. Everything that I do, it starts to feel easy. And it starts to feel very easy. And being a teacher is not an easy job, but it's like a routine day by day. And so to me, it gets easy. It gets easier and easier because I love it. I enjoy doing it. So I think to people who enjoy and doing what they love, it's probably very easy to them. And so I was thinking, if I keep being in this same space, in this comfortable space, I don't think I would learn anything anymore because I get so comfortable with it. So I applied to a very role to the role that is very different from what I'm doing. Being an admin and a teacher was very different. So I was thinking I want to be that, because it's not that I don't love my job. It's also the one question that my boss asked me, like, why do you want to be an admin and stop being a teacher? I was like, it's not because I hate my job, because I love it too much and I'm so comfortable and I don't want to be in that comfortable space because I'm still young. I want to do something hard. I want to take the risk. So I applied for the roles and it's teach me so much. I would say being an admin every day is a surprise. Like talking to people. There's day that I would talk to 10 different people at a time, and 10 of them have different communication style. I have to switch a lot, and I learn something new every day. I meet new people every day, and I learn from them every day. Some people become friends, and some people was like we become close colleagues that we can help each other out. So I think when I was being a teacher, I know my fellow teachers, but when I become an admin, I work in a big organization of 600 staff and I have to talk to all the departments. So I talk to people, new people every day, new communication style every day. I learn new things from them every day because all of them, they learn different things. So it's like we learn from each other. And I would say it helps a lot in terms of professional growth, handle projects, working with people, talk to people. It helped so much. So I would say it's one experience that I took the risk, which I was comfortable, but I don't want to be comfortable because it was, I wouldn't say I don't love comfortable. I love comfortable, but it's too comfortable. And I would say I'm a risk taker. Sometimes I took the risk without thinking as well. But I just like to take the risk and see what could goes wrong and learn from it. So this is one of the experience that I took it and that I did it, even though I was so comfortable, even though I love my job so much. I think it's such a good sentence to say that I quit my previous job. It's not because I hate it, but because I love it too much and it's get too comfortable and I don't want to stop learning. So I have to step out of it and leave it behind and do something new. And it's a very great decision that I made because I learn a lot from people and it helps me a lot in terms of learning and living. I think that's that.
Okay. I really focus it's on you. Like I kept listening to it and I learned something from you as well.
I learned a lot from you too.
Okay, so the next question is, why is flexibility such an important life skill? And how can people practice being more flexible in everyday situation?
I think flexible is also one of the important things beside taking the rest, beside step out of your comfort zone, beside being brave and being confident. But being flexible is also one of the things you have to think about it. You have to take into considering. Being flexible is not that some people they like to say, like I would say when you were with me you were like this and now you're like that, you're so fake. But I don't think that's how you can apply to this, because sometimes you work with different groups of people. They have different ways of working, they have different ways of thinking. You have to be flexible to be able to fit in and work. You cannot just use your own attitude and the old way that you always work with the previous group of people and work with a new group of people. It's not going to work, because different place, they have different ways of work, they have different policies, they have different peoples. You have to, if you have to change yourself in some point of maybe talk less or maybe talk more, you have to be flexible. Because for example, if you used to work at a call center, you have to talk a lot, and then you change your workplace to being a teacher, you cannot always talk so much because it has to be student center. Your student needs to talk, so you cannot talk. You cannot because in my previous job I used to talk so much, so I need to still talk because that's who I am. But it's not gonna work because your new job, if we like professionally or critically saying, it's like being a teacher, you have to put yourself in the center. You have to focus on your student. They have to talk. They have to practice. They have to engage. So it's like you have to talk less and your student needs to talk more. So it's like switching roles. So you have to be flexible and talk less, because now you're working with different groups of people. It's not your previous group of people. So being flexible is like, I wouldn't say you have to be flexible to please people, but be flexible to help yourself. Sometimes when we being flexible, we benefited to ourselves, because some people I would think like maybe sometimes I think, oh, so I have to be flexible to please people, but actually I being flexible to help myself. It would be easier for me. Like, it's like I said, you cannot use the same way you work with the previous group of people to work with another group of people. So you have to be flexible all the time. And maybe being a baby step of being flexible is maybe the way of talking, the way of you act around people. That could be the baby steps, I would say. Because I used to when I'm working, I have to be, I like to talk, so I talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's being flexible. It's like there's some people they do not like to talk. We would just sit together and get the work done. They don't like to talk. So I have to stop talking. You have to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why most of the time when I'm around some people, I am the one who talk a lot. But when I'm with you, I'm a good listener. Yeah. Yeah. But I really love to hear from you. Yeah. Okay. So I have another question to ask you as well because you just like told us about the flexibility, about the attitude. It's not about like, oh, I'm here and I am like this because I'm fake. It's not. It's about the flexibility. So the next question is, in your opinion, what role does attitude play in overcoming fears, failure, or rejection?
So I think attitude, if we're talking about how we deal with fear, failures, mistakes, or rejections, I think attitude should be the one big important roles that you have to look at or maybe you have to improve. I think some people, not some people, I myself as well, I used to see mistake, failures, and rejection as a very negative way. If someone rejects me, if I propose something and someone reject me, I would be very offended because I feel like I am not seen, I am not heard. But sometimes rejections is for your own goods. You know, sometimes if I propose to you that, Mom, could I become a French teacher? And I know just a few French words and you would reject me because I know just a few French words. How could I be a French teacher, right? So you rejected me, and I would take offense of it because you reject me. And sometimes rejection is for your own goods because sometimes you kind of overconfident because our previous conversation we talk about with confidence, but you have to also be careful with being overconfident. You have to be self-aware, see what you can do, see what you cannot do. That's also important. You should be confident with what you can do, but you should also be very proud and acknowledge of what you cannot do and improve it. So do not take any rejections. Do not use your attitude of taking everything very like offense or personal attack to any rejection because some rejection are for your own good. Some failure are the lessons that you need to learn. So maybe you do it again, you will not fail. And some mistake is a teacher to you when you took the risk, when you do it and you make mistakes and you learn from it. Now you know where it could go wrong and you can learn from it. So if you took the same path and it's wrong, then you fail at the end. So maybe when you do it again, you would take this different path and maybe you will succeed. So I think your attitude, you have to not take everything very like you shouldn't seize it as a personal attack. Some people they reject you for your own good. Some people they tell you or give you feedbacks because they want to see you improve and they know you could improve and they know you have the ability to improve. So sometimes the rejection and failures are the things that you should be grateful of. And I think you should work on your attitude toward it. Like you because I think sometimes we react to rejection and failure, like our attitude, we react to it because we think of it as a very negative way. So what I've said is that maybe we try to see it positively, to see it as something we grateful that it happened, so it taught us things. So I think our attitude would change when we see things in another way. Because of course when we see things negatively, we would hate it, we would feel offense. But when we see it positively, we would be grateful for it. So I think your attitude would change when you try to see things differently. So your attitude is also important, but it can only happen when you are open to see things differently.
So I can say this is a growing mindset, because a lot of people, they avoid mistake because they think mistake is a big failure in life. And when you come to this step, I could say you are mature. And I'm really proud of you. Yeah. So what advice would you give to someone who is afraid to try new challenges because they don't feel ready yet?
Well, my advice is probably think of your life as something that you can only get today. You know, we never know if we gonna live tomorrow. We never know if we can get to be able to see the sunrise tomorrow. So maybe if you do not feel ready today, maybe try to think of it as maybe you could. It would be better said is, it's to say you could die from a heart attack. So
Yeah.
life is short. You never know what could happen. You know, your heart decide to stop in the middle of the night. So the thing you want to do tomorrow, will never be happen because now you're done. You're gone. So if you want to do whatever you want to do, you just have to do it today. Just make sure that it doesn't affect people's feelings or if it's dangerous. For example, if you want to learn new language, just go and do it. And if you want to apply for a new job because your previous job is not good for your mental being, just do it. Just resign and apply for another job. You know, it's like sometimes people always think I will do this when I'm ready. But the thing about us human is there would never be time for us to be ready. And none of us would live forever. None of us would stay. Like tomorrow is not promised. So if whatever you want to do, you have to do it now. So my advice would be like, don't think you would live until tomorrow. So just do it today.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just so right. So, if there one's mindset shift you believe everyone should adopt to grow in life, relationship, or careers, what would it be and why?
I think one advice that I also use this in my life is that do not take things personally. Not everything is about you. So, you know, like sometimes we feel very hurt because people do things to us and we do not deserve it. But maybe if we look deeper, the things that people do to you reflects who they are and it reflects their internal conflicts. Some people, they hate themselves a lot. But in order to hide that, they have to hate other people. So people would not think they hate themselves. Some people are very insecure. They would go around and mock others people's appearance or other people's personality because they're insecure. So sometimes when I say not everything is about you, everything is not about you. Really, nothing is about you. Sometimes, but not sometimes. I think every time when someone hurt us, it's actually reflect who they are. And maybe they also a hurtful person. Maybe they're also hurting, but they try to oppress it. They try to hide it. And they have to spread it to others people in order to hide who they are. So sometimes you really didn't deserve anything bad that happened to you, but maybe it's not because of you. It's because of the other person. They try to hide it. So do not let it affect you. Don't take it personally and be kind, be nice, and just don't take any hurtful things that people did to you personally, or maybe hateful comments, hateful feedbacks, hateful words, actions. I would say don't take it personally because sometimes people don't really understand what they did or what they do or how it affects people. And maybe you are the one who understand it. So, but some people do not understand it. So I would say don't take things personally because sometimes they do this hurtful stuff to you because they're also hurting or maybe they're also hating themselves. So not everything is about you, and I meant it. Not everything is about you. So don't take it personally. That's what I can say.
Yeah. Okay. Can I take your word personally?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you everyone for your attention to watch our podcast. So do you have like anything to share with the audience for the last message?
For my last message, I hope what I share could be helpful, and I would also like to apologize if anything I said and it feels wrong to you. I am sorry for that. But if there's something that might be helpful to you and help you grow, I am very happy that I could share that it could help you. And I just hope that my experience would like give you new insights or new ideas in terms of like growing personally or professionally. That's what I hope for. Maybe at least one idea.
Yeah yes
You know.
អរគុណមែនតើហើយឥឡូវនេះកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងបានមកដល់ទីបញ្ចប់ហើយជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតសូមអរគុណសម្រាប់ការតាមដានទស្សនាកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងតាំងពីដើមរហូតដល់ចប់នៅខណៈនេះខ្ញុំសោភា
ខ្ញុំបរមី
សូមអរគុណនិងសូមជម្រាបលា